So it might be something a little bit strange, maybe something a little bit more aggressive here. It's going to be an A play out the gate, so they'll be having to retake early.
No info on that initial ramp peak, and now suddenly there's a wave of T's leading.
Nice shot.
MBK gets knocked onto the floor, great click, and yeah, the smokes are up. Crad kept at bay. Frozen wants to take jungle control. It is compulsory, and Forrester is going to dice with death. 4v3 though.
Alien needs to take a pick here at some point. He needs to make this kill. Both players noted now.
When you talk about Nickelback's flanks, first us too, now he's in back palace. Beamer's probably punching his monitor.
I know where both of them are, surely.
Yeah, locked in, or are they locked in with Dexter? Gets both of them, and the round is his now, surely. Go on, mate, can't finish the job.
Everybody's
it looked
dead.
Very convincing. Nickelback didn't even believe it was over. But that was a funny twist of events. It's actually just the two of them. Crad with 3, Nickelback 2, and with their powers combined, MOUZ 4.
And something about Captain Planet. But there's plenty of heart in the server today and plenty of heart on Twitter from Mr. Essio. If you don't follow him, go check out his tweet about Alien against bigger opponents.
Yeah, I mean, that's the most forked his tongue has looked on Twitter in some time.
Because Ben's a very, very nice gentleman.
He's a very soft-spoken, lovely chap, but it seems that, especially because he stares at databases for 90% of his waking hours.
He's seeing the numbers.
He's seen them.
He's concluded there's a problem.
It is. And I also think this orc could be a problem for MOUZ. What an interesting and powerful weapon for this exact purpose from Crad. I say that as he gets flashed off and has to play CT, but this is where that scope can come in handy for those pesky little headshot brick angles. A quick smoke for him to jump around and peek a play. Does nullify Tetris' threat, but Dexter again in the feed. He's starting off strong here on Mirage, and he's got help. A is theirs already. MOUZ have just kind of walked in and demanded it. I don't think they were expecting it to come this way. The bomb's still way back on the smoke lineup.
They have everything they want and more.
Other than the bomb.
Yeah, so you have full site control, you even have B, and they're rotating around the world.
Yeah, they got so much. They got their cake and they're going to eat it.
Going to take both sites in one round. This is the new meta here. But Lucky, if he's prepared for this, no, he's not.
Who's prepared for this?
He ain't.
Who is prepared?
He's a... Oh. Cleared, but he's dead regardless. So this one should just be a save call right now. I don't... I'll give it another gun round, but if the setup is Forrester anchor B and Crad anchor A, I completely hate Entropiq's CT setup.
Elaborate.
Well, I feel like Forrester and Crad are your better riflers on the team. I think that Nickelback is a very annoying player, right? I think that he can position himself extremely well. I think Alien's your AWPer, he should be in a central position. I know that Forrester did the B anchoring over there on Dust 2, but I just feel like having those two, who actually, when I was checking out the stats for these guys, they are the lowest 2 rated players on Mirage for the team.
Now that is interesting.
Right, look,
or a correlation, or is it simply a coincidence?
Well, this is the thing. Like, I don't have enough. I haven't witnessed enough Entropiq games to sit here and make a full diagnosis.
But one can theorize.
Yeah, I think that your better players in a position like Connector, like Short, it's pretty tidy to see.
There's a reason Nico and Crims both play Connector.
Yeah, now looking at the stats in the last 3 months, or we could just look at 2020 over all maps, Crad's actually the lowest rated player. So maybe I should bite my tongue about his impact, but Forrester is the second highest rated player, just under Alien.
And whilst his B anchoring on Dust 2 did lead to him having 32 or 33 at the end of regulation, it is worth highlighting a lot of those came because of the positioning, right? He could contribute, and most of the kills were actually on their A-cross from the other side of the map, the beauty of that map design. Now, Crad has actually kindly donated Forrester his AUG.
That's very kind.
That is a very generous, like that is a terrible trade. I wouldn't advise anyone to take that trade deal unless you really cared about them. Lackey operating with just a Desert Eagle. So the Force by Wars, this is how Dust 2 started. We did once again.
MOUZ won it pretty convincingly though, didn't they? The pistol went to Entropiq and then it was like 4 straight from MOUZ. So let's see if they can buck the trend this time, Entropiq. Alien up, Alien down.
MBK ready to win the round. Lackey, a single Desert Eagle to defend the B site is insufficient, and therefore Nickelback has been dispatched deeper.
Is it too early if I say it's probably going to be 3 maps?
Yeah, dude, it's
well, I really feel like it's going to be 3 maps.
Okay, it's the stats and SEO's tweet. You've just been blinded by it.
Yes, it's glaring at this point.
Either way, it does look like things are going rather swimmingly for MOUZ as they just crawl on in. The frags one by one. Lackey's been here the whole time and still can't get a bullet onto the head. Forrester, the only man surviving as they hit his sight.
Well, tuck tail, hide. Make sure you keep that AUG into the next round of play because once again, MOUZ Sports have one out on top of the Force by Wars. Next round will just be this AUG, assuming it gets held onto.
Safe assumption that we're done with the undiscovered guns, right?
Undiscovered, well...
The AUG and the Krieg season, when we actually had them in the game from the start, we're done with that now. We're not ignoring another one, are we?
I hope Valve just make the auto sniper cheaper than the sniper rifle, the AWP, and just see the chaos that will ensue.
Can we just have a little public service announcement as well? I don't know where this started, and like maybe you just saw your friends doing it and decided that's what you do because that you want to kind of fit in. I get it, but like typing auto noob and like shooting your teammates.
I don't know why they didn't like it. Why don't people like it?
Because I mean, I understand like you die and it's frustrating, but it's frustrating to die anyway. Like I don't know why we're just upset about one particular gun and that makes you a noob.
The one that bothers me like is a Zeus death. It's like, come on, dude, do you really do me like that? Because you feel a bit like a tit. Like if you
I'm just glad Train's out of the pool because that was where I was most commonly Zeus. You try and play against good players in Pop Dog. Oh,
the cheese. It was a different level. Okay, well the gun is on the wrong site, guys.
We should do this. I like this.
We don't play Mirage.
No, you're right. Harry, Hugo, if you're listening, we should do this. Oh, Alien. That's a little bit of summon, and that was it.
Well, Forrester has been given a bit of time to rotate over, but there's still so much utility right now. That's a shot.
Bloody good one as well. Maybe Nickelback, if he does tuck
Lackey's
in.
flank as well. Lackey's flank is around the world.
Palace hasn't seen him. Frozen's not going to expect this. That's another big frag for Entropiq. Oh, and it falls apart for MOUZ. Wow, Elliot, he started this. And now Lackey surely finishes the job. What a brilliant round out of Entropiq.
Okay. Well, that's a good response. That is a great response. I didn't think there would be any way. There were so many grenades left over to smoke off all the choke points, but they just decided to take the fights. And yeah, okay, Alex is onto something, guys. Do that boost behind triple on A, and you win every round just like that.
Crack the case.
So that's what you all need to take notes on here. We know that you tuning into Pro League most likely are playing matchmaking on the side right now, you know? So keep tabs, take some notes.
You're probably playing Mirage as well.
Yeah, and learn some 64-tick smokes, I suppose.
Oh, don't envy Lackey on those ones, but we're ready to rock and roll 5 rounds, or rather 4. This is our 5th, 2 towards top mid this time. Frozen and Torzy vying for control with the
all be the side.
Nickelback and Lackey duo. And yeah, this is about to get interesting. Lackey's going to have 2 to contest with, Nickelback to respond on the swing. Just AWP the AK though. And the AWP misses. Nickelback was there, set up to catch. Frozen, the bodyguard, strikes. Crad trying to replicate. And again, he does find that ramp player. Kept even now. MOUZ Sports will leave with a man advantage as NBK does trade.
They're fully rotated as well. If Frozen goes into B again, they can do the same motion where they just take the bomb back and take the other side of things. Lackey is responding to that with some checkers presence right here, right now. But realistically speaking, there's so much time. Frozen could go into B and be an info play. He could go through underpass and flank late, and they could still execute onto this site. Bemis with a full bag of utility. Smoke for Torzy. A couple of mollies in the mix here. So plenty of options right now for MOUZ. There's no rush.
This is such a lovely example of the power of a man advantage. You know, they get to play this round with the extra. Then they, by virtue of the decision making, have Frozen arrive whenever he wants to. Forrester not looking, but neither's Frozen. Problem solved. Okay. Bomb's nowhere near the site. The smoke will enable it, but the counter molly towards default, they're going to have to plan open, and that's for Lackey to swing through. This is well thought through. Torzy knows he has the fake. That's the frag. That's nearly the transfer. 10 HP. Torzy could get banged here. Doesn't. Bomb plant, both low. Torzy, though, with an AWP, but he does walk straight on in. Lovely find again. Forrester posting more impact.
Okay, that is beautiful stuff right there. That molly was great. It forced the hand. It gave them one option, and as you mentioned, to plan open or to get across to the site. So they were able to get the plant, but that was a good round of CS. That jump out the window, too, getting a little bit crazy in the thick of things.
I mean, I think Frozen, in his flowchart of possibilities, it was not a CT leaping out of window.
Yeah, that's the one that's going to sting the most right there. Now, this was the... Oh, okay. Only just catching the head on the way down there. And great work from Forrester. Big impact from him on 12 points of health.
He must probably... I know it seems ridiculous to be remiss you didn't transfer that incredibly quick shoulder peek out of the stairs player, but Forrester gets away on 12 HP.
Yeah, fortunate. They were actually asking for the HP there, so Bemis was a little bit curious, thought maybe that kill should have come his way. But right here, right now, we do have a T-side timeout called by MOUZ. So the money, it's in that middling moment, right? In the next round of play, we'll be getting a bit more of a loss bonus, 2,400 smackaroos. So if you leave yourself with about 2K, they can go for a half buy, and then they can still have a full buy in the next round. Torzy actually investing into a scout here. Bemis into a deagle, so he could be the one to drop the AWP in the following round of play. But here we go. Let's see, what can they get out of this? Because MOUZ actually had some good traction in the low buy rounds over there on Dust 2.
Yeah, Nickelback, that is very brazen. He was staring at the floorboards as they swing out, gets away untouched. Couple of Desert Eagles, a few in the mix.
Well, that's nice damage, but completely unconfirmed here. Forrester on half HP. If they knew, maybe they would try and pressure him over towards the B bomb site. 4 players currently in mid. It is frozen up through the underpass. MBK still dealing with B. And, well, this is going to be the fight. Aliens AWP versus Torzy Scout.
We know how that went on Dust 2. The bigger gun wins, right? Yeah. Alien demonstrates. Takes one out of Bemis as well. Just did one to the thigh.
I'm going to swing into this, I think.
I think he's expecting something similar.
Oh, he wants a boost. Okay. Well, they're thinking on their feet here.
That's kind of cool. Oh. Dexter's actually managed to convert off of that boost, so...
They're just trying to get away from the AWP.
Yeah, escape. Surely it's better to give him the kill reward.
Oh, all right. Well, here we go. This is Alien starting to heat up a bit. Starting to heat up a little bit right there. I always was curious about that with the AWP. I know it's like, obviously, it's discussed now the strongest gun in the game, but I always feel hard done by. I guess it's because I come from 1.6 in Source, where you still got 300 for the kill with it, whereas obviously that's one of the things they changed in CSGO. At least they didn't do the dynamic weapon pricing. It's $100 with the AWP, so it's okay. But that's the thing. Imagine getting ace with the AWP and you only get $500. Like, I killed everybody, and I guess you get to retain your weapon too. So let's have a little bit of a looky-loo. The AWP is out for Torzy. Aggressive by Nickelback here in Palace. So a lot of early info, and well, knowing him, he's probably going to push.
Yeah, but he has quite a solid track record for his timings. He tends to build a picture in his mind as to when the time is right. Slowly crawling, Bemis has been caught out by it earlier. And you can see he's well aware of the tricks of the trade in the Nickelback Palace hold. He is just considering his options. He just intermittently checks. Timing is going to be a big part of this exchange, and I think this might be the first exchange. I mean, they're paused up mid. No one from the CT side has got info top middle.
It's curious, right? Do they actually want to channel them up through connector here? Because there's always going to be the gap at A ramp that Alien has to address, and Crad now has to deal with connector and the window boost. So a lot of questions and a lot of time milked off the clock. 60 seconds already gone, and now we start to get some nades through mid.
I mean, that smoke alone plants and sows seeds of doubt. Dexter gone, though, after deploying, and Nickelback spotted in Palace.
Tetris. Bemis might have this.
We could have it. Walking through, and he does strike. Nickelback gone. Another chance, and oh, Alien misses his shot. He gets AK spray all the way from the ramp. This is turned the tables. MOUZ, they've got some sense of urgency on this plant, and bodyguarded nicely. MBK arrives just as he needed to from Palace. Lackey, however, partnered up with Forrester, now alone. And Torzy's not letting that slip. MOUZ keep the gap small.
Yeah, this is curious. Like, I don't even know how that one went wrong, because everything was in their favor. Obviously, Bemis was able to slink on past, and they got the info from the shots that were taken from Nickelback towards Torzy, right? But that has to be the only gap. So you look to Bemis, you say, thanks, mate. Big hero right there, doing a bit of the Kirby wiggle at range. His aim is a little bit shaky, right? And I don't mean that in like a negative way. This is just his aiming style. Same thing with Kirby. Same thing with a gentleman called Pex. If you go all the way back to the Source days, he was a Canadian. But yeah, not the tappy, crispy aim, but that was nice from Torzy. Opening kill, Alien down.
That's quite an opener to post. Lackey, equipped with the AWP, could level it up. NBK's gotten away with that. Just through the corner. Saved by the, I was going to say wall, but Flash doesn't stop him the second time. Lackey does convert what he started, and now back to the drawing board. Information towards Palace. Dexter looks like he's not only corralling the troops, but he could be throwing utility from here eventually. A window smoke, likely.
It is very slow and drawn out after these opening picks, though, isn't it? Like, just waiting for more, I guess, Dust 2 CT aggressive maneuvers that we saw from Entropiq. I know Kasab was highlighting that on the desk, how active they were on the CT side. But again, it's the 50-second mark before they really start to make a bit of a move here. Banking on it being A one more time. Nickelback would be the first responder to help Lackey over towards this B site as they trundle up Cat.
This is the same maneuver. He got caught out last time he's tried this, and flying up short. Nickelback has got them in the back. Bemis keeps it competitive. Will actually start to surge through short, and he's kept very honest on the approach. It's really on Frozen here as well. The flash is perfect to get him across and into the site now. Lackey starting to feel flustered. Close steps, pins pulled, lots of presence, and a gap in the smoke, but a missed shot. He's gone. More to come. Frozen does not hesitate. A 1v2 for Crad. Unknown as it stands. Loud now, stampeding, wants to close the gap with the smoke still up. They don't know where he is. Crossfire, the only counter being his approach through the center of the site. Oh, spotted. Loses the element of surprise now, and Frozen will secure it. A big triple kill out of him, and one of the more prominent fraggers on MOUZ, delivering.
2 rounds you're going to test to players alone. Like Bemis with a double kill onto the A site before. Tozi got the opening in this, but it got a little bit interesting, so Frozen having to close things down on that B bomb site. But it looks really good for Entropiq until it doesn't. Like, Lucky's in this position, right? So he's got an opening kill. Now they know there's an AWP. The position he took was really good. He got flashed, but then he's just not doing a whole lot, right? Like, I understand he's waiting for the rotation to come in, but he has an AWP, he's pinned on the site, and they eventually just pick him. It felt like he could have maybe got another kill in that environment, but it doesn't matter as MOUZ Sports have tied up the scoreline 4-4. Pistols are plenty, and spotted out from Bemis here. The aggression mid means, well, Frozen and Dexter can get a bit of a move on. Same smoke again from Dexter on the Cat, looking for the B split. Bemis still warding off the push, and not even going to get anything done there. Might be some land jitters out here today because it's some odd moments. Oh,
Dexter's been caught. I saw that 8 HP and those sound effects just whistling past him. It was just a matter of time.
Maybe we'll give this a go, really.
Yeah, why not? Frozen's going to have to get himself a nice little multi-kill. There is the potential here for that AK to fell him if he does continue to commit. Good smoke, though. He's got Torzy in tow. I mean, is it even worth doing more than just trying to find a battle for this short AK? Make it 2.
Yeah, if they get a kill, but maybe, I don't know if they're going to get the gun.
Yeah, it's very, very heavily guarded as it currently stands, but 1 AK is better than none. Forrester's got the freedom of a no-armor USP to go and see if he can do any more. Oh, MBK, he might actually get caught here. He's only got 10 bullets. Oh, he's got his hot teammate with him. Oh, you hate to see it. Yeah. Just a little unlucky there. 4 HP on Frozen.
Okay, no AWP possible right now for Entropiq here, so they're going to have to function with rifles across the board. Elian will need to purchase into maybe a scout if he wants a scope, right? An AUG could be in play, but he's not going to be able to wield the big green in a round like this. But this was just a light buy, right? Well, it wasn't even a light buy. It was an eco. It was an actual eco. You don't see too many of them. That's why we forget the terminology. But yeah, the guns are out. There's a kit for Lackey. The util is a bit skimp. This CT half is not going to go great if Entropiq...
Oh, that's great.
There's another.
Wow. I want to know what his sense is. He turns the flash and returns it pinpoint to the swing.
I can't just be walking out A ramp with an AWP in multiple rounds and getting opening kills either. So some real issues for Entropiq to plug here.
Yeah, wow. He's done that consistently now. Elian flying blind. He does have Nickelback at least to confirm nothing under, but top mid is just a complete playground. Did he get spotted? I don't think he did.
Is he going to play on the fade?
In his blind spot.
Okay.
Oh, he's going to just worm his way. No.
Oh, he did.
Back looks away. Counter-Strike in a nutshell. Send it to your friends.
Timing deaths are some of the worst, aren't they? But when you want to play risky business around the smokes, it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Oh, that one.
That's a save call. Hold on to these M4s. Lost bonus now will be 2,900 into the next, so it should be a partial behind these guns in the next round. Actually, Lucky has enough, so maybe it won't be a partial. Maybe it'll be 2 drop down 4s Lackey buys himself and then they can purchase. That's obviously the power of these silenced M4s. You see decorating the CT hands right here, right now. Bit of a hunt looking likely from MOUZ as they send Dexter down through the underpass. MBK up and over through the B apartments. Frozen, Torzy, and Bemis. The youngsters are staying at the kiddies' table. Don't leave the bomb.
Do your job. We get to have the fun. Dexter and MBK, the veterans, are starting to at least try and get towards the apps. It look quite half-hearted to me.
Yeah, it's like, we're kind of chasing.
I'm here I come.
But kind of not. And at this point of the game, start building a bit of a bank, right? You can understand why MOUZ don't want to give everything away. Making sure it's all clear, and indeed it is. 10k now for Torzy, so plenty of AWPs in the future for him. But this is the question, right? Taking a look at the money right now, Forrester and Elian both have enough to drop silenced M4s, right? That is completely possible. And Lackey can purchase on in with his own cash money, right? Don't need no loan. So they can buy, but it will be limp again, right? It'll be missing some key utility, maybe diffuse kits won't be purchased on up. And that's why a timeout needs to be called, because this half, it's not over yet, right? They could concede one more, 2 rifles, and have the other 3 invest light, a couple of deagles, maybe some smokes. And then after that, they can go full gun around to the neck, get the AWP out, the diffuse kits in the mix. There's a lot to discuss because, as I said, there's a lot more rounds to be played. They can still get 8, right? If they don't want to invest here. And even if they win this one, maybe they could start turning things around and give us a solid CT half, because again, losing to the Force buy in the second round might come back to bite Entropiq here.
Yeah, certainly. And I mean, as we highlighted, or as rather you drew attention to, is these opening deaths from Torzy. If he's really going to give it another go, he's managed to successfully just stroll up ramp like Frozen's doing now and hit the shot. Now, safe and cage for now. Eyes on Nickelback mid as he is forced off with window angle.
Well, they've gone the riskier maneuver, right? They've gone the invest. So they've dropped the guns, they've got the silenced M4s out, and now they need to posture for something. The Molotov top mid, nobody's home, and this very slow response here from MOUZ Sports, waiting until 55 seconds, until sub 1 minute to make a move. It's working in their favor.
Yeah, dude, Entropiq, you're bang on. I've got 1 player with nades at 1 minute 20. This will have to be a entirely bullet-driven defense.
Well, you can compare the two. Look at how much utility MOUZ Sports have, right? And now they're taking space, and they can do so with bodies, right? Because as soon as they throw a flash, any AWPers that maybe existed would have to peel off the line. Now they can start throwing out their util. Window smoke from Dexter. Crad looking for something.
Yeah, Crad set up with a bait and switch of Elian. You can see the flash of Torzy is destined to at least try and catch that close ramp player. Now, Crad anti for now.
So much room without contact. 44 seconds.
Oh, what a shot onto Elian. And they get away! They actually get away with information. Crad on his return. Dexter's trying and will at least get caught. Lovely string of frags now. Potential all over the place for Entropiq. Everyone wins their duel. And now what looked quite potent in the opener leaves Torzy on quite the one-man mission. Hello, Forrester just sticking out like a sore thumb, and Torzy
for this.
is giving it everything he's got. The M4, 22 bullets in the mag. So many targets. He's just the restraint from that default player. Torzy, whoa, he's got moves. Maneuvers back with 5 seconds to save the AWP. The hunt is on.
Actually chasing him.
Yeah, he's ready for this, though. Oh, no, he's not. Yes, he is. Torzy, that is something else. Just to keep hold of it, and they couldn't really afford to chase.
No, that was really dumb, actually, if we're going to be completely honest with how things
say it how it is.
Well, he has 10k, right? So let's be honest here. They have 4 rounds consecutively where it wasn't at all like a round that Entropiq. I am losing it a little bit at that. Why? Like, if you kill him after time, he still has so much cash.
Yeah, 10k.
It wouldn't have mattered. Yeah, you get the AWP. That's the only thing that happens. Now you lose 2 extra rifles and your buy still looks really bad.
And look how he does it. They get caught.
Oh, lordy. All right, well, maybe Entropiq can dig themselves out of this hole.
Yeah, it doesn't look too shabby, actually, other than the nades we discussed. And Forrester more than capable of hitting a headshot or 2. MBK gone. Frozen. Oh, wow. Caught out, but quick. Does get away with that, and just as Forrester looks to finish the round with style, that's the 3K, that's the expectation we have of him. He's continuing to grow with his prowess on first map now here, putting himself at the top of the scoreboard with Lackey.
Oh, he might get this.
Another.
Yeah, beautiful. Look at that. Look at the situational awareness. Manages angles perfectly. Okay, I'll take what I said and I'll eat my words, because they've still been able to convert off the back of that, even with those deaths.
They just knew they were going to come to Forrester's side, so there was nothing to worry about.
Exactly. Yeah, we've done enough now. We'll just feed them to the beast, apparently.
Sure. Give Torzy some false confidence.
Okay, well, Frozen, what's he going to get up to here? He's marooned over towards, I want to call it Delpan. We'll call it Delpan.
Why not?
Some of y'all know what we're talking about. Forrester's actually been sent out allowed to hunt for the ace. So what do you think the likelihood is here?
I was just admiring... Oh, never mind, it's Dexter's baby girl. Excuse me.
The great...
Yeah, the Greyhound stickers. Thought it was representing 2 HP for the ace. Forrester for Entropiq, and he will take all 5. Quite the fragger is Forrester. Teleports from 5 frags to 11. That's not how maths works. 6 frags to 11. As you can tell, not my strong suit, more of a words guy.
Yeah, well, look, maths, I'm starting to brave it a little bit more. I'm doing some quicker maths on broadcast.
No, you should just go for my route and just try. You know, you don't actually have a firm 100% answer. You just say, keep speaking, and hope that the numbers are correct that come out your mouth.
Well, we get there sometimes.
Yeah, there are much better number crunchers than I. But here we have it, 6-6. I can say that with certainty.
Pushing up catwalk here. Dexter, with a bit of room around the smoke. And Nickelback is actually insane. This guy, his moves, I want to do them, but it's so sketchy.
And both of those were pretty damn close to the 2 MOUZ players occupying middle right now. Dexter's a bit confused as to what just transpired. He'll return for the bomb.
Look, you can understand why, because mid's been a wasteland. There's been nobody in mid until 55 seconds. So Nickelback's going, well, if you guys aren't coming, I'll at least have a bit of a play. And it almost comes back to bite him. But this is a key round. If Entropiq win this, they can actually walk away. You know how I said like 8 would be good? They could even still get 9 here on the half.
4 mice scurrying through the connector. Dexter's been consistently battling for this, but this might be the first time Nickelback's fully caught off. Lovely find. Dexter leading from the front line, takes down Nickelback, controls the jungle. This is where the ace side surely is theirs for the taking of an important trade. Crad not allowed to retreat. And they're just slowly applying the pressure. Elian, though, continues to contribute. Lackey aware, dealt with Dexter. MOUZ are letting this one slip through their fingers, it feels.
Bodyguards are here. This is looking great. Wombo combo.
Hey, only Torzy doesn't have the health for this. Dancing with the flames, pushing through. What is he up to? Elian's ready. Gets his sidearm out in time. But a 7 secured for Entropiq. And yeah, though it has been trying times and certainly not the most beautiful in conversions, they have managed to pull away for a lead after what was 4 consecutive from MOUZ. These close affairs, we had a 1v1 into just 3 players alive and 2. Entropiq have been getting more and more consistent in their 3 conversions.
That one-on-one was where Torzy got to hold on to his AWP and he got fed a couple of nice kills there.
That was a 1v3,
because that could have gone the opposite way, right? They probably still win the round, but then their buys limp going into the next. They only get the win round bonus, and then from there, MOUZ could have taken off with this half. Entropiq have done this the hard way, right? They've done it the dirty way. They've been able to grittily trade their way into this situation, and now they're actually poised to win out the half. All they need to do is not trip over this Deagle round coming on out here from MOUZ, right? 3 Deagles, a P250, and a flash. BMS is going to equip himself with a $700 hand cannon as well. And if Entropiq can walk away with this, I'm going to be impressed, because they're having to do this by gun rounds, right? You lose in the early stages. You're not getting that buffer. They're not getting that buffer at all. So the gun rounds is where this is getting done.
It's on a silver platter now for Entropiq. Hard part is over, at least for round 14. No slouch on the Deeg, and he knows Nickelback's stubborn on this mid-window.
It is wild, though, like in a round like this, where the AWP, you know, would be perfect for that position. They've still poked him over towards Ticket, where he's finding a bit more impact, old Elian. But Dexter's been able to slink his way into connector, so pressure should be applied momentarily here.
Yeah, he's done well to get set up deep.
Oh, he looked away. He looked away.
Brad's not ready. Dexter, that's huge from him. This is one of the maps he really does shine individually, consistently. He might even have another one in him if he's brave. He's got the info. Nickelback, okay. Swings out for it. Deals with Dexter. And Elian will put the final few pieces into place. Lackey loud on the descent. Don't think Frozen's ready for that, though. And okay, 8 is theirs. MOUZ looking to try and keep this as competitive as possible into our final round of the first half, map 2. Great recovery. Let's see if MOUZ can finish strong.
It really, like, that is the first eco round that they've gone up against since the initial part of the game, I'm pretty sure, right? Like, we're in the first 5 or 6 rounds, that's when the economy was in its most fragile state. That's the first one that they've been able to force out of MOUZ Sports with these consecutive rounds. So good stuff from Entropiq here, and double AWPs employed. This time it's going to be Crad and Alien, not Alien and Lackey. Buys are pretty good on both teams. Torzi taking to mid space, so different area of assault for him. Look at Lackey. I'm afraid that, look, I like it. They're a little bit more argy-bargy on this.
Flustered in pursuit of 9. Oh, and that is Torzi putting his name once again into the feed early. Starting to return from their adventures at B. It will start to reek of a connector heavy A. Bemis has been parked in Palace this entire time. Dexter lining up a long-range flashbang. Force off anyone looking for info. Nothing. Ramp is the call off the back of their info play, but look.
Map's their oyster right now.
Yeah, they can go anywhere they want with this.
Oh,
That's
Crad.
quite the check from
Crad.
He really did just piece it together. A cursory glance translates into a 4v4.
That changes the literal entire round, because Frozen could have just flanked B and they could have gone for an execute onto the site. Now Dexter has to come up with something new, still wanting to head towards B, but MBK and Bemis are so disconnected. Are they going to show the bomb and rotate
no, he's got
A?
another. Crad is doing it all for them here on the warp. It almost benefits if the Bemis barrel is spotted now. He's trying to get the late arrival, but he knows.
Look at Crad go.
So switched on. The rest surely falls into place. It's Forrester. He's alive. They know it's his bomb site. Dexter responsible for this close corner, but he's not checked it. As easy as that, with Flair, they find their 9th. Entropiq looking to take us the full distance. Looking very impressive. And MOUZ looking to try and take us to 3. Some fantastic turnarounds towards the tail end of their defense. Entropiq leave with 9 here on map 2. They're already 1-0 up to the good. And it's MOUZ, their opponent. This is MOUZ's debut with this roster. An opportunity for us to really see how they function with Bemis, fortunately healthy and well and ready to frag out with the boys. NBK joining the roster. Torzi, of course, upgraded from the academy and looking very much tested here. We had Forrester doing a whole lot before. I think Crad playing a huge part in their turnarounds here on Mirage. We've got Chad Birchall alongside for the ride.
This is just going to be an A pop here. You can see the smokes lined up, 2 of which there's flashes and HEs. They're going to be received by Bemis. Traditionally, when you do this, you get out to Tetris, you throw your nades, you try and blow him up.
Oh, that was a real Rooney onto Nickelback. Multiple targets and Bemis is handling business.
All right.
Oh, god damn, nearly 5. Oh, nearly 5 in the one mag. He takes 4, but that is beauty in motion.
Nice shooting there out of Bemis, right? We've been admiring a bit of his aim here today, but that was crispy. Bang, bang, bang. 4 as quick as you like. And, well, what was meant to be around to actually deal with him, he deals with them. That was super quick from Bemis.
Excuse me, mate. Yeah, thank you. Whoa, let's go to that one again. So quick on that first tap, and then he just replicated it multiple times. That's great. Wow. That's better. And the fourth is just brilliant. Well,
I'm sure he wished MBK didn't rotate so quick. I got it, dude.
Yeah, please let me reload, bro.
All right, well, it is going to be what we would call in the business an economical round here. And Entropiq, they're going fishing for utility. They'll take your boots. They'll take your car parts, your bikes, whatever else you're throwing in the Rhine. It's right next door.
Definitely. I think there was a crazy stat about how many bikes are in Amsterdam. That's like...
Oh, we were talking about this, weren't we, about the e-scooters too?
Yeah, oh, probably now, yeah. Oh, that was stylish. The last bullet of the mag to finish off Crad.
Well, Entropiq are going to go for the third round AKs, right? That's why they've gone for just a couple of P250s and the Glocks here. So next round they can purchase on in. They'll be a little bit more threatening early. But this also allows some confidence to be built. And the fact that MOUZ didn't buy into SMGs is a really good sign, right? It's a really good sign for them because they don't need to upgrade weapons next round. They can play a full rifle round and they will have full utility as long as nobody dies. And it's just Nickelback with the Glock. So if it was SMGs, right, and Entropiq, you know, they're able to, sure, they lose a bunch of players and they fund a bit of extra cash, but you would still have to choose, do we upgrade or do we stick with the SMGs? Now that choice doesn't even have to come into play. So well handled. Good stuff from MOUZ here. And you know why that's a bit easier to do? When Bemis kills everybody and nobody takes any damage and you have Kevlar, you can upgrade nice and cheap into the head armor, right? Giving you a bit of a buffer. So that's good scenes. But I can tell you this next round is going to be pretty direct here out of Entropiq. I can't tell you if it's going to be A, B, or mid, but I can tell you these MAC 10s are probably going to want to get stuck into the business here. So we are back underway with round number 18. Very heavy over towards the B site. And if those MAC 10s of Crad and Lackey can get on in with ease...
Well, let's kind of live in MBK's life right now. I want to see exactly how and when he calls for aid.
Torzy's here in time.
Interesting smoke as well. That really does nullify the full waterfall. You're going to have grey screens and you're strafing out into an M4.
Oh, are they calling cancel?
Might be.
Nickelback's just run all the way back here. So they didn't like something they saw, and that's a drama too, because they used a lot of utility to try and set up for that type of a play. Now they haven't committed. It's 1 smoke, 3 flashes, and a Molotov to put together and execute. So this is not going to be easy. Lackey is clearly being tasked with some type of utility from this position. I'm not loving this if I'm Entropiq here.
No, and now with making clear indication back towards A, Dexter and Bemis will ready themselves.
See, this is an outside-the-box play. This was intentional, right? They bought the MAC-10s when they could have bought AKs. They knew what they were doing with this round, but they were stifled by MBK's utility just to stall them out. And now, 40 seconds left on the clock. What's the solution?
Now you're jiggling top mid with a MAC-10. It really doesn't quite feel as fun. Forrester has made space.
Back to B, though.
Huge headway.
MBK.
And Torzy at least contributes on that short presence. MBK, oh, what a flash. Completely booked. They still pull it off. Crad has managed to worm his way into the site, and Forrester does one better. He strikes from behind. All 3 on the agenda. Forrester comes alive from the mid window.
Beautiful stuff. Look, that was swings and roundabouts. Like, it felt like they didn't have any idea, but apparently they had the best idea.
The balls to not only call the cancel when everyone's in the apartments and a single smoke lands, but to return to it and pull it off with only a single casualty. I mean, that is gangster.
Yeah, I didn't think that was going to work out for them whatsoever. I liked the little flashbang towards their ramp, sure, but there was nothing behind it, and intentionally so. So, able to draw MOUZ spots out here. Early responders throw all the utility, try and help out, and then the re-exec, but a simple re-exec with limited util, so great stuff. Crad gets an upgrade into an M4 for free.
And I suppose that little ramp escapade was a perfect opportunity for Forrester to have attention drawn elsewhere and to worm his way from the short position over to window.
I don't know how that came together, but I like it. That's one thing I can tell you for sure here. And Krad's actually dropped the M4 to Lackey and reinvested in a MAC-10. So maybe expecting on the other side of things it to be a light buy, or they're going to rinse and repeat and go for the same strategy with leading the way. But this was great for Forrester. The second's beautiful. And the fact he gets the third coming through... Oh, okay. Well, the jump fortunate there, isn't he?
Seen a few of those today. Definitely getting the jitters back and out of the system for a couple of individuals. We've got Crad now in mid again, just trying to force NBK into a defensive stance. He does have the support of Frozen.
Out committing.
He has got no armor on that FAMAS.
Oh dear.
He is going to get melt if he gets met by an SMG. Never mind, doesn't get found at all. In fact, he's going to go for the no armor 2K. Finally found. Headshot anyway, doesn't even matter.
Bomb will go down here, and a little bit of extra utility. Well, I thought it would go down. Elian hasn't opted to plant. He's a little bit worried here about somebody lurking on out. That smoke is actually going to help the CTs cross over, and they can actually jump out of it. It's so deep, they can peel out either side of this smoke.
True, it's just a little launch pad for them if they want to come through it. And they will.
Here's the peel.
Elian worried about apps. Who's responsible for kitchen? It's Forrester throwing out the nade. And oh, through the smoke, Elian strikes. More required.
Dexter is
clearing Forrester now. It's all going to fall now to Bemis. He's got 2 low HP adversaries, but no time to find them. The smoke's too long. He just has to find them now. Smoke would be great to draw the push. He gets it. Maybe onto the bomb.
Just has to stick it.
Yeah, Forrester might be out of position here.
Oh, and the bluff.
He might get a little shot through the box. Well played. Forrester. It looked dire, but he's got his crosshair in the right place. Through smoke, through box, it doesn't matter. 11 from Forrester.
Forrester's legit. He is legit. This is 2 back-to-back big boy performances right here, and he is leading the charge right now for his team. Like, that is such a huge round. 19 kills. The next closest is on 12, and it's impact. Think about these 2 back-to-back rounds he just had. The 3K coming through the vent room, and in this situation, able to pull them across the line when Bimus is sitting the defuse in the smoke. You can see he's not even going for the shot towards the body. He's going through the box, right? He's aware of what the little angle could be. Great stuff from Forrester there.
There are bigger names that would have fumbled that 1v1 defuse.
Oh, for sure. That
really
is huge.
Beautifully handled. And now we get to see the boost again. Pay attention, Harry. Pay attention, Hugo.
I think they're watching.
Good.
I'm just taking a little bit of a look. In the LAN games that they've played so far this year, and don't get me wrong, it's not a lot of LAN games. It's only a total of 6 maps. You have Forrester as the highest rated player, and then Elian. Whereas online, Elian is clearly the highest rated player.
I see Elian's also representing the Graphite gang.
Hugo has a boom.
He does.
Yeah. I see the boom and I reminisce. And the same with the lightning strike.
Yeah, the boom
takes me back.
Does have a special place in the boomers' hearts.
Well, they're going to be going into the stack here, but it's such a light purchase. The P250s are the peskiest pistols.
Bemis unsure if he's going to get much with that P250, but at least he gets to go down first and watches this one quickly spirals. NBK and Torzi next on the agenda. So we will see them actually get very, very much within that touching distance. 12 already secured, and we've got a whole lot more of this half to go.
I think this is one of the most important games within the group here because we obviously know the stand-in factors for multiple teams, G2, but they were still looking strong today. Fnatic have multiple standards going on and a bit of an identity crisis right now. And then as you continue to go through the list, right, you sit here and you go, well, LFO, they're just here to get a bit more experience and we see what they've got. These 2 teams are going to be on the cusp because 3 teams from each group progress to the playoffs. The first place team goes straight to the quarterfinals, and then the second and third will play in the round of 12. So for this matchup right here, for MOUZ and Entropiq, a win against, well, the opponent in the server right now is huge. It is going to be very important as we boil down this group.
Bemis, he did so well on the test of the pistol. This time, though, with rifle, maybe he can replicate multiple bodies progressing. Swung and defended. Wow, Crad just clotheslines him. Lackey actually took himself out of the equation. And now the bomb going down uncontested. Nickelback open plant. Oh, just a little late from Frozen, but dead in it regardless. And now Elian and Crad with the bomb ticking. Palace smoke deep. He can still play around that. Oh, he's such a threat. They start to close the gap. I don't see a kill.
Oh, he's wide on this.
A bit too wide, in fact. Elian's forced to clutch. Now 10-second defuse, but they can just find him. He doesn't know that, and just like that, NBK has pulled 2 crucial frags out of the gate. They do manage to find a 9th, and this gap will close. Okay,
good stuff. They've picked up the AWP. They got the AKs on their side. The residual utility found as well. It's all good in the hood for MOUZ right now, and it could have gone either way there for a moment.
When I saw the super deep Palace smoke, I thought we've got an awkward one. No kits. But then Crad, as you screamed, he's going very wide on it. You can see NBK's first kill here. Look, oh, hang on. He's right out in the open.
I think we call that no man's land.
That's the one.
Yeah, so unfortunate, and this is the thing. hard to chip in with your mate right there in those type of situations. This is where it's getting a bit flustered, a little bit flurried. But the buy is back. Everybody has the goodies they require for this one. Run boost being erected.
Yeah, this is the kind of thing Torzi's capable of hitting if they do launch. Never mind, Frozen not expecting the elevation.
That is nice. I do like when we're seeing that come more into play at the moment because there's so many CTs who will take the risk behind that connector position. So this is a really good opening. Frozen down, plenty of time on the clock, so much utility to work with here. Crad is very forward up in towards this B kitchen, and he might, well, I was going to say here the scope if Torzi waits a little bit longer, but he's going to creep for info. So this fight now between Crad and Torzi could decide the round.
Trying to bait him in with the wall bang. Oh, there's an AK on site. I think Crad's far too wise for that one.
And it looks like he's parking the bus, you know? Yeah. This is quite a position for him to be holding here, so awares of the aggressive maneuvers as his teammates work on this mid-control. Lucky clearing out connector with a perfectly placed Molotov. Window currently smoked, and if it's a B split, Torz is going to have to deal with both elevations.
Yeah, and that's where Crad's lurk is going to be
He's
all
heard it.
potent immediately.
Crad's heard this.
Leaps out. Crad knows Torzi's going to have to relocate. Oh, wham! Straight caught in the open no man's land. This time, shoe on the other foot. Ooh. Quite the frag out of NBK. Damn. Reminded me of NBK in a different game. Now we do see a complete wave of the white flag. Yes.
Yeah, it looks like it. On the other side of things, right, with the loss bonus where it's going to be at, it's going to be 1,900 for either team. So 1,900 next round over towards MOUZ. They need these weapons a little bit more. Frozen with 450 residual, well, left over, and Torzi with 650. So you're going to add the 1,900 on there. Dexter will be able to drop a gun. Unlikely, and when I say unlikely, unless an AWP appears magically, they will not have an AWP in the next round of play. Wait, I'm trying to do my maths.
Okay, he's still there. I thought he had like a secret little hiding spot you could shoot the AWP into it. Vaporized before my eyes. I'm just blind.
I doubted myself there. I thought that Dexter would be just shy of enough to drop an AWP, and I was right. So next time, trust your gut.
Yes, that is good advice.
As long as it's a healthy gut biome.
Yeah, make sure you've got your
kimchi.
Your kimchi.
Your kimchi.
Your Actimels.
What else
or any other yogurt.
Isn't there a drink that these people are having?
Yeah.
No.
Kombucha.
That, for me in Australia, that is called Yakult.
Yakult. Yeah, we got that as well.
Oh,
sorry, Yakult.
I don't know, man.
No, I like it more.
You always got a twang.
Well, it's just super interesting. I'm not going to butcher it. I'm trying to I'm watching videos about languages and why things are hard for us, like why French is hard for some. It's just interesting that it's all about the intonation. Like, you know, when we try and speak, for example, French, we look to apply the same emphasis. Like in English, we have lots of very clear emphasis on the words, like frozen. Whereas
I see.
Everything's very flat in different languages. It's interesting.
That's a missmoke, Alex.
No.
Oh, that's a missmoke.
It's all right. Happens to everyone.
Well, we'll say it's intentional. They've done this. They want to bait towards the end of taking a fight here. We can decorate everything. Oh, I can't.
You decorate too.
I can't too.
So a very false sense of security, maybe.
Well, let's see how this one plays out, shall we, Dan?
Yes, indeed, James. I think they are also going to take a quick 20 seconds to cool down after.
Yeah.
I would too.
Yeah, a deep breath required. Crad's still got exactly where he wanted to get, so that's all right.
Yeah, and no one's dead, so can't really complain, other than the 2 smokes you haven't used optimally.
It's all right. It's all right. 55 seconds and...
Yeah, so I think Nickelback's having a 3rd attempt.
Oh, no.
No, he changed his mind.
Here we go. There we go. 3rd time's the charm.
It's what they say. 2 through mid, late through ramp, re-smoke now from the CTs buys time. Should see contact around 20. Look at Forrester go, a very long-range commitment, and Bemis loses that duel. Nickelback does find the head, leaping through the smoke. Impressive stuff. Dexter's on a bit of a tight scenario, getting the first.
They have to deal with Dexter.
To find him. They're missing shots. He does take another from near the grave. NBK, surely he can pressure this plant. Elian's going for one wide in the open. Lackey trying to support him. NBK unwilling to cross that threshold.
Died a jungle.
It does enable the plant, but yeah, sticking out for Frozen. Lackey's been handed a winnable 1v2 here.
He can't make a sound cue right now. Like, he needs to be very, very quiet about things.
You know he was flashing from connector. Frozen's operating under that information already.
Oh!
That's a quick conversion. Nice find. We will see double digits, and it looks like all of that hard work from their T Hall, the 9-6 half, kept dead even into the second now. MOUZ have got the defensive capabilities, and you can see there's pretty much cash for everyone involved.
Yeah. Like, that's really curious, right? They still were able to... I don't know what the original plan was. There's no way we could ever know unless they came forward and told us. But in that situation right there, missing both smokes and still and not being punished for it, like, realistically, they didn't get punished for it, right? So that's very fortunate. Oh, I guess Frozen's body wasn't where our body was there, everybody, because I couldn't see a bloody thing. But here we go, Torzy aggressive. And beautiful stuff. Forrester, the heaviest hitter.
Couldn't ask for more for an opening frag. So heavy advantage as the pendulum now looks to swing back in MOUZ's favor. Deep connector smoke deployed. Dexter pursuing information regardless, going towards window now. Lackey perhaps to meet him. There's two up short. Straight bullets. Frozen's heard reloads, and he will just clear it out. Activates. Great find. Takes the AWPer out. Trying to take another before he's hunted. And he does lower their health. Nice finish from Dexter. There's another to be discovered. Nickelback.
They can actually pin both of these fights right now, right? They've heard Crad, and they know that Nickelback is stuck in vent. You can see that Dexter's positioning well aware. He's going to cotton off to make sure Crad... Oh, I thought he was. Okay. Bemis is actually looking over towards A, so maybe they don't know where both players were.
Yeah, Crad is perhaps going to be a bit unknown as he arrives in middle. I think he's just going to have to try and think now where they would be locking down the trapped Nickelback. If you knew there's one ladder, would you be connector? Close short.
Dexter's going towards T spawn, so there's 30 seconds remaining. This Bemis kill could do a lot.
Yeah, Bemis is actually edging forward. Timing favors Crad here. Huge find. Okay, impact again felt by Crad. 2v4 becomes 2v3. Dexter, the evaporating in-game lead, has opted for ramp.
Needs to be a safe plan, otherwise he might just go down here. Is Dexter going to get there in time to peek? He isn't.
Perfect smoke. Bomb now down.
Oh!
That's the headshot. Crad continues to find this 14th round out of nothing. 2v4, now 2v2 with favor and more headshots. Nickelback will catch NBK in transition.
Wait, smoke. He's got a smoke here.
Yeah, smoke and kit.
Nobody's near the bomb right now.
They're assuming? No, they're not. And he's not ready for this connector walk. He's just rounded the corner.
Is he going to save? There's nobody here. The time. You can't go for this, Torzy.
No, he's let it go. Let it slip. Gonna hold on to his AWP silently in the window. Oh, and Nickelback caught the information too were mid. He at least knows he's saving the AWP. But that's 14.
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. Out of Crad's imagination.
That is wild right there. Like, I thought they knew where both players were because Crad shot towards B apartment, and I'm almost positive they knew that Nickelback was vent because they had the bomb on him, right? And it would have shown up on the radar when they took that fight.
Yes, that's true.
So maybe, just maybe... that information wasn't available, but these kills, when you watch them back on the replay, ladies and gentlemen, they were 1v1s. They isolated 1v1s right there. That's the difference maker. And look at MOUZ Sports' economy now. It's an all-in behind the AWP.
Entropiq are playing like the better team.
The gun rounds, they've been doing great on the gun rounds, but oh, Torzy with a bit of a flub jump right there. Need you just a smidge closer, please, Mr. MBK. And there it is.
Because you're late. Oh, I'm salty. And now it could all spiral. MBK getting naded and run down. And he's got a Mach 10 to the spine. Crad wants to finish this now. He's got dinner to attend. He made reservations. And this one will peter out into a 15th. Frozen and Bemis trying to hold on to what they brought into this one. What a turn of the tide. I mean,
Indeed.
We were both convinced after seeing what both teams were bringing into that first half initially, but Entropiq have admittedly done it the hard way at times, but it's still just as effective.
I would love to hear what the desk thoughts are, right? Let's assume that this goes the way that it's looking right now and we end up with a 16 round for Entropiq and it's a 2-0. You can tell that there's going to be a harsh critique of MOUZ. And I'm not saying from the desk, I'm just saying from the community, right? Oh, JDC's here and they did better. You know, it's the first game. They have games every single day. There's still a lot of time for them to get better here, but there's so many factors that aren't tangible to talk about. Like when you go into a tournament with a stand-in, your expectations of yourself are lower and the community's expectations of you almost don't exist, and you play freer, you play looser, you take a couple more risks, you have good vibes, because who cares what happens in that type of environment? environment, right? But now
it's impossible. Impossible to replicate the who cares attitude when you're a 5-man squad and it's your debut. You know,
precisely.
Like, who cares that it's our first official and it's Pro League?
Yeah, it's kind of a big deal, right? So, and this is the thing,
$1 million,
because they're saying
guys.
that Crack's been going well, you know, things, and that's the thing. Like, they're gonna get looked at through a lens that's unfair. But with the missed jump here, you're right. Like, that's a death punch moment. It's like, if I was there earlier, like, do I have that kill? Do I get the opening pick? Do we change the discord of that round?
I almost think there's an indicator of the frustration earlier, which is the fact he continues to do the movement he was. And you know what I mean? Like, after the second slip, the fact you're like, oh, okay, I'm just going to do it anyway. And it just spirals now with 5 opportunities, 5 series points. All eyes on Entropiq. This is such a big scalp to take. Chad highlighted it. I will reiterate that this is one of the hardest opponents in this group with their full roster. Fnatic, NIP.
Caveats everywhere.
I realize it
Hide your eyes.
Doesn't make sense. G2 are in this group as well. And of course, the uncertainty as to when they'll be able to field their full roster.
It's crazy, right? 50% of the teams in this group have a standard in one variation or another.
Welcome to 2022.
Oh, dearie me. Okay, well, this buy is ugly to say the least. Bemis, he's going to have to be the first player to stop them in their tracks. Dexter alongside. And it is going to be an A.
I don't know why, I just have a premonition that this goes really well for Bemis.
Okay.
Shadow advantage. Tucking away, Nickelback again, perfectly timed. Dexter, though, unchecked. They won't be ready for 2, and he nearly gets 2. A great dink into Lackey. It's not out of the question that we see another round of play, but it is entirely in the hands of NBK and Frozen from CT. Torzy tucked stairs, trying to time it right.
A rush here from Entropiq. I like to see it.
Very low for the swing from Lackey. And okay, needed that. Torzy equalizes. Crad arriving now from that connector position. Oh, that's the Torzy. Crad's ready. And that will fall apart. This is surely the last round of play. Frozen with just the Deagle. They are taking their sweet time, and justifiably so. You got all the time in the world. Frozen's got some clicks on him, though. Smoke good, Crad better. That's it. 16-10. A 2-0 for Entropiq. Trials and tribulations, frustrations. They do manage to weather all of that and take down MOUZ. Now, we'll be talking about this result on the last few days of this group. There's no doubt about it. It will bleed into everyone else's placement. MOUZ fall.